These images convey a long history of fascination with our bodies. We open them out endlessly to anatomical scrutiny, hoping to discover and celebrate the secrets of our vitality, and to uncover ways of healing ourselves when the body breaks down. But what are we looking at in these depictions of disease? The visual history of the pox, now usually referred to as syphilis, begins in the last decade of the 15th century. Debate still rages about whether this scourge was a new disease brought back from the Americas by Columbus, or whether it had older origins in Europe. This is one of the earliest images of the pox in Europe. The woodcut illustration shows the Virgin and Child raining down the disease on mankind as a punishment for their sins. This became a recurrent image in the late 15th century, along with the notion that the pox was a celestial punishment for mortal sins. The most common sin thought to invoke this punishment was lust, and a notion of sex as dangerous permeated the iconography of the pox, with the disease itself often being portrayed as female. This continued well into the 20th century, with public health posters such as these warning men of this seductive source of infection. Images of those suffering from the disease often display a sense of shame. Their expressions are almost blank, their eyes downcast. For the patients suffering from the pox in the early modern period, treatments could almost match the disease for pain inflicted. Mercury was applied directly to the skin, administered orally and through fumigation, and caused excessive salivation as well as sweating, which were both thought to be signs of the pox leaving the body. An alternative to mercury, preparations made from a New World wood known as guaiac, became popular during the 16th and 17th centuries, but by the 18th, mercury, despite its own terrible effects on the body, had become the most popular form of cure. Perhaps because of its power to corrode the flesh, the pox has often been represented in the form of a skeleton, in certain images almost becoming death itself. This is a fear of the unknown, of a disease that stripped away the very fabric of the body, leaving only suffering, shame and decay in its place. In 1905, German researchers isolated the corkscrew-shaped microbe now known as Treponema pallidum, the causative organism of syphilis. Now, it seems, what inspires our fear of disease is nothing so dramatic as the decaying face or skull, but the invisible and the intangible.